Alright, so you probably clicked this video because you want to see me build the sandcastle, which we'll get to later. But first I had something really important I needed to do, which was beating Minecraft. And we're ready to go in. Alright, not the greatest spawn. Alright, let's try to find a nether fortress. Oh, let's go. I just found the nether fortress. Okay. 7 blaze rods, that's enough. Let's try and get out of here. And there's a blue forest biome right here. Perfect. Now let's find these endermen. No, alright, I'm getting out of here. What the heck? Whoa! They're everywhere. Alright, 14 should be enough. I see our portal. Alright, we're back out of a terrible place. And we can now craft our Eyes of Ender. We are ready to look for the end portal. Alright, let's see what direction this goes in. This way it is. No way, that just broke. My RNG is really bad. Okay, wait, it's like right underneath here. Always dig straight down, am I right? And we have found it. Hey, let's go, we found the portal room. Alright. The portal is lit. Alright. I'm jumping in. We are here. Do not let go of shift. Do not let go of shift. Alright, we are on the island. I am putting a pumpkin head on. Actually, I cannot see. Whoa! Alright, off to a great start. Not good. Oh my god. I think that is all the pillars down. We just have to kill the dragon. He's perching. Go. Whoa, what the heck? Yo, what the? Okay. What the heck? Okay. He has 1 HP. Come on, please. Let's go. Let's go. We're at 2 hunger bars left. No food. Man, does that feel nice. Oh my god. We almost died like 5 times. Let's get this dragon egg before we leave. Let's get out of here. And we are out of the about 45 minutes of horror. Alright, let's head back to our base now. Oh. Man, am I glad to be back at my base. Restock on some totems because we kind of used a bunch. For now, let's put our trophy in my basement. And there we go. Alright, now that we are done with the end, we can start working on the sandcastle. And I think this area is a perfect spot for it. So I guess let's just start terraforming. And after a very long time, we are finally finished terraforming. Hopefully this is big enough. Now we need to probably collect a bunch of sand because it's a sandcastle. Been collecting for a tiny bit. Kind of want shulker boxes and elytra, but we have to go back to the end. And if we fall in the void, we're cooked. I think it'll be worth it though. Alright, let's start heading to the end. Alright. We are back in the room. Alright, I'm going in. Alright, let's go on. Okay, now let's try and find a end city. Alright, I see an end city, but it looks small from here. Oh, there's another one. That one's probably has a ship. Alright, we are here. Let's loot this thing. Ooh, got some decent armor in here. And a decent pickaxe. It's actually a very good pickaxe. Alright, I think we got enough stuff from the city. Let's go get the elytra. We are in. And we can now claim our elytra. Wait, what? There we go. We have the elytra. Let's go. Alright. Got some more pretty good stuff. Ooh, that is a good sword. Alright, let's head back to the overworld. Let's go. We are finally flying. Let's go back. Let's return to our base. Alright, now that we're done with the end stuff, we can go back to working on this sandcastle. Now the first thing I want to do is cover this all with a layer of sand. And with that, beach is finished. But that's only the beach. Now you have to build an entire castle. Alright, so my shovel is very low and my other tools are getting low as well. So I think it's time to build a mob farm. Alright, we have all the resources we need in this shulker box. And we can go build it somewhere. Right, I think we're gonna build it in this area. farm is finished. Alright, seems to be working. Alright, now that we are done with the mob farm, we can start building the sandcastle. We're gonna start with the shape of it first. Now I would like to make the outline of the part that goes in front of the castle. And there's these like side things beside that, like right around here. So let's build those. Alright, there's this side parts outline done. Now I just have to copy it on the other side. Alright, and there we go. The design is copied on both sides. Now that we have the main outlines done, we can start by building them up. I'm gonna start with the middle one first. Alright, we have ran out of sandstone, so go collect some more. And we now have a bunch more. Alright, let's continue building this up. You know what I just realized? I was building up the wall, and I've been building this thing for a while, and these guys have protected the villagers for multiple nights. So now I'm gonna seal them up and make sure that these guys do not die. And I have a plan for them later. Alright, back to building up the wall. I think that's the first layer done. We are ready to move on to the next layer. And there we go. Second layer is done. Only one more to go. Right now we just put a roof and we are done with the base of the castle. And boom. We are done the roof. This thing is looking pretty sick. Let's do these two other outline parts, detail the outside, and then probably go to the inside. We are out of sandstone again. Oh my gosh. Back to destroying some more beaches. We have this much more sand, and we are back to building. And that is the second one finished. And now we can start working on the details. How about we work on the interior for now? Alright, so first let's start by putting the gate in the middle, so the entrance in. Alright, so the gate will be going here. Let's try to make like a shape with it. Alright, that's looking like a good entrance. Alright, let's start working on the interior. So the first thing we're gonna do is build this out to the other side. And with that, the path in is finished. I would like to expand this out a little bit farther on each side. And there you go, both sides are done. Right now we have to fill each side in. There you go, both sides are done. Now we are going to need chains. We have 15. That probably won't be enough, but we can just get copper chains later. And all 3 chains are placed. And both sides have chains now. The next thing that we need is lava on both sides. And we are going to need a lot of it. So best thing to do is probably build an nether portal right beside it and get a bunch of buckets. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. I think we're just gonna build it in the middle. There we go. Now we light it. can start getting the lava. Alright, perfect. We have lava right at the entrance. Then we just start placing it on every block. This is gonna take a long time. I just realized that I should probably do the other part first, and it's probably time to tell you guys what I'm actually doing. So there's gonna be a throne right there for the 2 iron golems, and then there's gonna be hanging zombies on each chain. So I think we should do that part first. Follow me. To store him in a boat again. Alright, he is on the block with a boat. If I break it, will he stay? And no, he just walks right off. Alright, I'm gonna get the rest of the zombies on their chains, and then we can move on to the next part. Alright, and after quite a while, we have zombies on chains on all the sides. What we can do is fill the rest of these things with lava. Boom, both sides are now full of lava. And we're gonna try to build a throne. Okay, I think that looks good enough. Alright, so next we need to find a mesa biome because we need red sand to decorate this temple. So let's go find that. Dude, wait. Let's go. We found a mesa. After 15 minutes, we have found the mesa biome. Let's go. And this is the stuff that we came here for. So let's collect a bunch of that. Alright, this is everything we collected. Hopefully it's enough, but it's time to leave. Let's start building the designs. Let's make this throne look a little bit better. I think the inside is decorated pretty nicely. Let's work on the outside now. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a small pillar there, and a big pillar in the middle. So let's do that. Alright, there we go. 2 mini things are done. Now let's design the outside a bit more. I think it'd be cool if there was a ring of this stuff around. There we go, that looks pretty nice. Kinda wanna see if we can get one around this layer, so let's test that out. Yeah, that looks nice. And then one last one on the top layer. I'm gonna extend this up a layer inside here just because when we put the iron golems on their throne, they don't walk into the lava while we're doing that. Onto your brand new throne. Alright, and they're in their new throne. After the nights of them protecting all the villagers, they are finally free and get to live in luxury. I have no idea what to name them, so if you guys have any name ideas, just let me know. These outer walls are looking a little bit plain, so let's make them look a little bit better. And there we go, that's looking a lot better. Alright, now all really left to do is a few finishing touches, so let's do those. And with that, we are finished.